giving Coraline, but instead of a cat, I have a dog that is very attentively watching the car. Hello everyone, my name is Valkyrie, and today I want to talk about New Year's resolutions. By this point, you've probably created a routine, tried it, are passing every test with flying colors, and are moving forward in the new year with some pretty amazing results. Or, like 92% of Americans, you are failing at your New Year's resolutions. It's okay. We always end up setting goals for the new year that don't always end up working out or get shifted because plans change, and that's a natural part of life. But you probably feel pretty bad about not being able to stick to them when Martha and Karen over there got their 20,000 steps in a day for the first full month of January. Boy. So you look up how to stick to my New Year's resolutions, and you're bombarded with a lot of the same videos and articles. Set specific goals, document your progress, schedule time and keep yourself accountable. All of these things are good in the long run and good things to just practice for the future, but they're not really great for people that are historically bad at keeping New Year's resolutions, aka me. I have never been able to build a consistent schedule surrounding the New Year's holiday or any of my resolutions, and I think it's really because I put a lot of weight on the fact that it is a new year and I have to do these things and it has to be perfect. I had to start right away, which kind of comes into this whole start Monday mentality that a lot of people on diets or a lot of people trying to lose weight end up adopting. You start on Monday, Monday's great, Tuesday turns out pretty well, and then you get to Wednesday and you mess up and you think, maybe I'll just start again on Monday. This week is ruined. Why try if it's not perfect? But that's the whole thing. Life isn't supposed to be perfect. Most of you already know that, but it's good to hammer it in once in a while. We aren't going to be perfect no matter how hard we try. That doesn't mean we can't strive for as close to perfection as we want, but we also have to sit with the knowledge that it won't work out that way almost all of the time. And after coming to this realization, I had an epiphany. When the new year rolled around from 2021 to 2022, I decided to myself that I didn't want any New Year's resolutions. I don't want to be tied to these new goals of trying to stick to them in the new year and have to see results in the first couple months because they are my New Year's resolutions. I have to tell people I'm sticking to these. I want to be intentional about not just the goals that I have for the year, but the things that I want to change inside of myself. Now that sounds pretty spiritual, and maybe it is, but for the past year or so, I've been using this different method that doesn't involve New Year's resolutions and kind of reinvents them in my mind. I'd like to detail that for you, and maybe this will help other people reach their goals or find something else that they'd like to look forward to in the new year. But let's just hop into it. Back in December 2021, I knew that I wanted to set a goal of reflecting and connecting with more people. I wanted to work on things regarding self-worth and spirit, but not lose anyone in the process. Now, there isn't really a resolution that sticks out in my mind here. For those things, I could focus on calling a friend once in a week, or planning more outings with people, or meditating religiously. But all of those things, most of the time, are bound to fail. I call a ton of people, and honestly, I'm bound to forget a friend or two, or realize that I don't really want to talk to people that day or that week. Maybe I want to hang out with people, and then I start planning outings, and I need a week where I really just need time for myself. And I set that resolution, and now I can't, and I'm unhappy. There seemed like no way to actually just win those goals. And so I took the broader approach, going against everything people say about having specific resolutions and goals for the new year, and focused on a few guiding principles in 2022. I knew that I'd be moving around and doing a bunch of random things that didn't make any sense to surround a New Year's resolution for. So instead, I told myself that I would prioritize maintaining and growing through two guiding words for the year. Those words were connection and mindfulness. That meant that I would prioritize hanging out with more people and deepening my relationship with my friends and my family without the stress of having to abide by a rule of one call a week or having to plan every outing. The word mindfulness encompasses what I felt about trying to challenge myself and reflect often without having the journal that I would write in every day, and if I missed a day I would feel bad, or the challenges and the rules that I would set for specific challenges and what I wanted to learn that year. It was broad and it fit my life that way in a way that was both productive and healthy. And it ended up working beautifully. You don't have to know what these words really mean to me, and you probably never will. I can't put it into words really what they've done for me this year because that's only something that I'm going to know. And that's the amazing thing about this. You can have the same words every year, 10 years in a row, and have them mean completely different things to you, and have you working on different things that you didn't even think that you would brush. Every time I felt myself in a tough spot or was reflecting on something and I didn't feel like I was in the right place, I would go to those words and say, was I fulfilling this goal of this year? Was I prioritizing connection? Was I practicing mindfulness? It actually saved me a bunch of times this year, and it's actually one of the reasons why I started this YouTube channel. I was in a rut, and I didn't know what was wrong, and I thought back to these words, and I felt this sense of, oh, I need to reflect. I reflected, I was mindful, and figured out that I wasn't being as creative as I wanted, and it was really damaging my happiness. And so I came to the conclusion that I wasn't making things that I wanted to make, and so this consistent, semi-consistent YouTube channel was born. I didn't have the goal of crushing being a YouTuber in the new year and keeping up a channel and posting every week or anything like that in the beginning. But I wanted to after thinking about these words and the goals that I had set for myself and finding an outlet to make those a reality and improve my way of life. And now it's a part of my life that I love, and that's the beauty about this kind of resolution, guiding words kind of scenario. You want to choose words that mean something to you, but are broad enough to apply to a wide variety of things. You usually want to stay away from things like names, unless they really have some sort of meaning to you. And honestly, don't even listen to what I'm saying. Make those words anything that is broad to you, that speaks to you, that you yourself can, maybe you want to explain them to people, maybe you'll keep them to yourself, but whatever it is, 2 or 3 words are usually the best things to kind of like keep in mind. There's no real restriction. I don't know your life. This year, I'm setting 2 new guiding words because last year worked so beautifully, and the words are intrepid and timeless. I chose intrepid because I want to be more adventurous, not just in the big leaps in life, but also taking small steps towards being more comfortable, just stepping out of my comfort zone in random ways. That kind of word sprung from a day in the last couple months where I was at the mall with my sisters, and there were multiple times during the day where I could have either said hi to someone or made a comment that I wanted to make that would have been funny, but I hesitated on it. And all these things culminating together at the end of the day just made me realize that I was a lot more scared of things and a lot less confident than I thought I was. And it honestly made me mad and made me want to prioritize it in the future of things that I just want to take further steps to becoming a better version of myself. And the word timeless means a lot to me, but a huge majority of it is physical. I've had a way that I've wanted to look for a long time, and I'm not nearly as close as I'd like to be. And it's not just about the way that I want to look, it's about the way that I want to feel and, smell and style myself. And just, I want to encompass this feeling of, oh, she's timeless. And I want to prioritize these things this year. Doesn't mean that they're right or wrong or better or worse than anyone else's resolutions or goals for the new year at all. These are just things that I want to focus on. And again, you will never understand really what my words mean. Heck, even, starting off the year, I don't even know what my words mean yet. But that's the greatest thing about this. It's so nuanced, there's so many things that could happen, the possibilities are endless. And I'll set goals that are kind of along these 2 guiding words of stuff like I want to grow my company, I want to travel, I want to do this and that and these challenges and things like that. But it's a lot less strict now that I have kind of like my new resolutions or like new guiding words to make it so that I don't feel that pressure to deliver. And that's like negative pressure. It's good to have a little bit of like pressure to get things done, make yourself better. That pressure is good. Pressure makes diamonds, The main focus isn't my New Year's resolutions that I won't complete, but now it's focusing on how am I going to improve my life. And every time I align with these new guiding words, I feel a lot better. I'm not focused on loose ends or fixating on goals for a month and then forgetting about them. I'm focused on long-term growth, consistent change, and a continuous flow of energy throughout the year that will help me align with the things that I actually want to prioritize. And I think you should be prioritizing these things as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. I have been enjoying these kind of like sit down videos where I kind of like write a broad script and then kind of ramble. So let me know if you like those. I think it's much more like podcast-esque, which I do really like. And I have my podcast down below if you'd like to check that out. It's a little bit outdated now, but it's great. It's a good one. It's a good little ditty. I hope you've had a good first month of the year, regardless of how your resolutions have turned out. And I wish you luck in the rest of the year. I'll be seeing you every week or so. And this is your sign to just assign those words now. It could be the first month of whatever year you're in. It could be the last month of whatever year you're in. But it's never too late to start. You don't want to get into that let's just start Monday mentality, because that's never great. If you like this, hit that subscribe button and like and comment and all these great things if you want to see something specifically from me. And with that being said, this is Little Bird signing off.